What's up guys, ZDMD here and welcome back to another video. Today, as promised in my last video where I checked out the Mad City Reddit, you can go watch that video up in the iCard. I am delivering what I said I'd do in the last video, and that is a weapons tier list in Mad City Chapter 2. As you can probably tell, the tier list just wouldn't work. I've tried so many browsers, I've tried so many different methods, so many different images. There are 29 weapons and every time I get the duck. Just the Duck of Doom, that's it. That's the only weapon I get. So it's going to be a little bit different. There's not going to be a tier list in the description. Instead, I'll ask you at the end of this video to comment down below how you agree or not, instead of going to the link. Sorry about that, but I can't get it to work. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be in Mad City, and we're going to be talking about each weapon. So as you can see, we've got 5 tiers here. We've got needs a major nerf, needs a minor nerf, perfectly balanced, needs a minor buff, and needs a major buff. If you don't know what that means, perfectly balanced means the weapon is perfectly balanced. It's absolutely perfect. Wouldn't change it for the world. Needs a minor nerf and needs a major nerf basically means make the weapon worse. It's too good right now, make it worse. A minor buff and major buff means make it better. It's not good enough right now. It's very underpowered. It needs to be better. Before we get into this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel. We are on the cusp. If I go into YouTube Studio, we're on the cusp of 2,400 subscribers. We're trying to hit 2,500 by the end of the year. So if you could, make sure to subscribe. We're going to be in the gun store testing this because obviously there's a firing range which allows us to test the weapons. So the first weapon we're going to be doing is the AK-47. We're going to be starting with the primary weapons, then we'll move on to secondary, etc. So the AK-47 has 30 in a clip, 9 damage for the body. If you get a headshot, it says that it does 14. That's what it says. So headshots do 14. Body shots do 9, you've got 13 in a clip, and it fires pretty fast, to be honest. It's not bad. I actually personally think that this weapon is perfect, okay? I don't use it very much, but I think this is literally the perfect weapon. I think it's perfectly balanced, doesn't need to be improved, doesn't need to be downgraded. I think that this is perfectly balanced. Okay, next up we have the FAMAS. The FAMAS is over here. So this is a burst rifle. So it does 30 damage and it fires in bursts. So it does 12 damage for a body shot and 18 damage for a headshot. It obviously fires in bursts, as I just said. I think, again, similar to the AK, I think this is perfectly balanced. I know not many people use it. There are other alternatives that are better. Pretty good. I think this is perfectly balanced. Okay, so now I've got the MP5. So this is sort of like an SMG, but it is a primary weapon. 8 damage for a body shot, and it does 12 damage for a headshot. 30 bullets in the clip again, and it fires very fast. But honestly, I'm not complaining. I think that these types of weapons, for the start, the free weapons, perfectly balanced. This is another perfectly balanced weapon. Got no complaints with this one. Okay, so now we're getting into our first Game Pass weapon. This is the Scar. So I know I used to use the Scar quite a lot until I got another weapon, and we'll get into that and the next weapon. It does 14 damage for a body shot and 18 damage for a headshot. It's fires pretty slow, to be fair, but it is very powerful. It's super powerful. 30 damage in a clip. You have to pay Robux for this weapon, which kind of makes sense why it's so good, but in my opinion, this does need a minor nerf. I think this is a little bit too overpowered. 14 damage and 18. I feel like maybe it should be something like 13 and 17. Alright, now we're getting into my weapon, my favorite weapon, the M4A1. So this weapon does 10 damage for a body shot and 15 damage for a headshot. Fires very quickly. It's almost like an SMG. I absolutely love this weapon. Even though I like it, doesn't mean I think it's perfect. I think that this is a little bit overpowered. Alongside with the Scar, I think it does need a minor nerf. Okay, so next one, we actually need admin commands for this. So this is Weapon Me Minigun. So these, the minigun is exclusive to the red airdrops. You charge it down and it does 8 damage. It is technically infinite, but it does have a cooldown. This is so overpowered. No wonder that it's exclusive to the airdrops, because this thing, it's insane. This thing is way too overpowered, so I'm putting this one, the first one, major nerf. This thing needs a major nerf. It's crazy. Okay, so next up, another one that we need admin for, Weapon Me Death Ray. This is the Death Ray. You get this exclusively from the cargo plane. It does 20 bullets per clip, and it does 16 damage per hit. It's like a beam. It's similar to Proton in Chapter 1, if you remember Proton. It takes a little bit to charge up, but when it does, it really starts getting going. 16 damage for the body shot is fine, but I think headshot should be something like 20, not 24. I think 24 is way too much. Okay, now we're getting into the Nerf Ray. So this one's similar to the ray gun. Basically the ray gun, but it's so much worse. Okay, this does 5 damage per hit. That's right, you look, 5. Considering that you have to have an actual weapon, an actual toy, the actual Nerf Ray, like Nerf gun, you actually have to own this to get this. it's abysmal. I'm thinking maybe replicate something like the actual Nerf guns, and maybe something like a single shooter, like a revolver in a way, because you put one bullet in, you shoot it, and then you have to reload it. Maybe they could copy the way that the Nerf gun actually works, potentially. That could be a cool idea. Okay, and now for its direct comparison, we're going to get the ray gun out. So the ray gun, 20 bullets in a clip, unlike the 15, and each shot does 18 damage. I would actually argue that the ray gun's quite perfectly balanced, to be honest. This is 18 damage per hit. Obviously, it's got no headshot damage. It does have some splash damage, I guess, at times. Most of the time it gets 10, but look over there, 18 at times. I actually think that this is perfectly balanced. Ray gun's not bad. Okay, and now we've got the two snipers. We've got the AWP and we have the normal snipers. We're going to talk about the sniper first. This one has 6 bullets in a clip, 24 damage per hit. Headshot damage is apparently 48. I honestly think it's quite perfectly balanced for a sniper. AWP is insane, right? 4 bullets per hit, 40 damage per hit. This fires faster than the sniper by a little bit. It's got less bullets in the clip, sure, but headshot damage, apparently it's 80. Considering that the sniper, which is free, is 24-48, and the AWP, which is paid, is 40-80. This thing needs a major nerf, okay? This is insane. Headshot 80 should not be that. It should be 60, and even then that seems like a little bit too overpowered. Okay, so we've got the two shotguns now. We've got the normal shotgun and the AA-12. Starting off with the shotgun, it has 4 bullets in a clip, does anywhere between 2 and 48 damage. It fires pretty quick, I can't lie. I think it's quite unreliable. At the same time, I don't think it needs a buff. I don't think it needs a nerf. I think that this is quite perfectly balanced. But then we're comparing it to the best shotgun, in my opinion, the AA-12. 10 bullets in a clip, fires a lot faster, and as you can see, shotgun again is 248, AA-12 is 2-36. In my opinion, might need a little bit of a nerf. I'm putting it in minor nerf. Okay, so now we've got the 4 pistols. We've got the pistol and the pistol silenced. Now I want to remind you, pistol, 14 bullets per clip, fires like that, and the pistol silence, 14 bullets per clip. They are the exact same gun, so I'm only going to take the pistol, but these are the exact same gun. 10 damage for a body shot, 15 damage for a headshot. It's okay. I mean, for a pistol, I think it's as good as you're going to get for a pistol. I don't think that it should be competing directly with things like the AK with the shotgun, the AA-12. For a pistol, perfectly balanced. Same thing with the pistol, the silenced one. So now we've got the Deagles, and the Deagle over here, this weapon I like a lot. 7 bullets per clip. It has 28 body damage and 42 headshot damage. In my opinion, should get a minor nerf, if I'm being completely honest with myself. This is, it's very good. The final pistol is the Tech 9. This is a 20 bullets per clip. It's kind of like the MP5 in a way, but instead of being a primary weapon, it's a weapon in your third gun slot. It's not bad. I think it's perfectly balanced, just like the pistol. Obviously, it's better than the pistol, but I don't think it's really directly comparing itself to that. Melee weapons, they're all here. They are all the exact same. They all do 25 damage. They all attack at the exact same speed. Okay, so I'm actually finding out that this does 13 damage per hit. That's a little bit weird. So let me try a different weapon, because on my notes here I've got it down as 25. Yeah, 13 damage. That needs a major buff. It used to be 25. I was going to put it in minor buff. Okay, so we've got 5 explosives now. So we're going to start off with the RPG. So this is 1 bullet per clip. Fires pretty slow, but it does 60 damage for a hit. Very good. As you can tell, reloading takes its time, but it's 60 damage. It's an RPG. I don't like how an RPG can kill in 2 hits. I feel like 45 damage for something like this is perfect. All right, next up we've got the latest weapon, which is the Stinger. You have to purchase this for 15,000 every time you use it. Apparently it does 25 damage to players, which you can see right here, and it does 75 damage to vehicles. So it's mostly used for something like the cargo ship, or if you're in like a police chase, for instance. I don't know, it's not great, but I think it's not really meant for that. So for that reason, I'm going to put it in perfectly balanced. Okay, so the grenade launcher needs to be bought for 5,000. This has 9 bullets per clip, and it apparently does 20 damage per hit. Yeah, so they've changed it quite a lot. It actually fires very fast. I mean, it's pretty good. I can't complain about it. 20 damage. Obviously, it surely has splash damage as well, I'd assume. Yeah, it does. So it does have splash damage. I think this is perfectly balanced, to be honest. I think this is quite good. And now for the 2 grenades. So we're going to start with the normal grenade. You fire it and it does 60 damage, I believe. Obviously, it's got a lot of splash damage, 42. It should do 60. This is basically the RPG, but just a hand grenade. I think, just like the RPG, needs a minor nerf. I think that this should probably be 45. Instead of a 2-hit kill, I feel like 3 hits is perfect with something like this. And that leads us on to the next one, which is tear gas. So tear gas, you need to buy it for 4,000, just like the Stinger and the M32. Obviously, it's not going to hit these because these are like the statues. So it does 8 damage per hit, and it's... Oh, that disappeared quite quickly, to be honest. Maybe a minor buff, to be honest. I don't know, it just seems to disappear very quickly. Like, as soon as you're fully in the heat of it, it goes. Thank you everyone so much for watching this video. Sorry that it wasn't a normal tier list. I couldn't quite get it working. But I hope you enjoyed the demonstration of the weapons. I feel like if there's any tier list that needs demonstrations, it's the weapon one, so you can actually see how they work. And I'll see you tomorrow for another video. Thanks for watching. My name is ZDMD, and as always, peace out.